Hi, Robin with Oxy-Dry, and just doing a little basement area today. This family room, I guess, and just doing the hallway, not doing the room at the end, not doing this room over here, just this one bedroom was being used a little bit, and I got a set of stairs over there to do as well. I just pre-vacuumed it all. 388 square feet, plus the steps. And I don't know if you can see that. Let's have a look. So that's a fair amount of mostly skin been removed from the carpet. And the carpet overall is actually in really good shape. It's only about 3 years old. A little bit of wear showing in a couple of areas. In front of the, I guess there was a couch sitting there. But overall, it's actually in pretty good shape. And so I'm only going to be using, in this case, I'm just going to use Iron Man, a cotton Iron Man. And that's all we're going to need down here. And won't need to use the fiber pad. So I'll be doing a single step on this particular carpet. This is an olefin, kind of a commercial grade. There's a couple little marks on it, which I pre-treated already. One of them is just around the corner here, I think. Interesting, when the lady was showing me what she wanted done, she said something that I just want to mention. She said how when they decided to get the carpet cleaned, that she didn't want regular cleaning. She wanted Oxy-Dry cleaning. And what's interesting about that is that is a reflection of how people perceive Oxy-Dry. And this has been done by myself for the last 25 years, very purposefully, that although Oxy-Dry is the name of my carpet cleaning business, Oxy-Dry is also the name of my carpet cleaning method. And I purposefully marketed it this way all along. Rather than simply being a carpet cleaner, I mark it as Oxy-Dry, a method. We do not do price point advertising. We do not do call to action ads, coupons and deals and all those sort of things. We simply let people know that we are always a full service cleaning. We include things that others don't include. Certainly they don't include it when they're advertising their coupon deals or whatever, because the goal of these companies that are doing that is to advertise a deal that can't be refused, as it were. Call now or lose the deal. That's call to action. And try to gain the customer on the basis of a price point, with the goal of getting in the door, and then once in the door, then hopefully upselling and adding to the initial charge so that they can actually make a living. Because when somebody's coming to the house to do a job for 3 rooms for $89 or whatever, which is pretty normal what some of these guys are doing, they will not make any money. They will lose money at $89. And they know that. They will lose a fair amount of money, actually, because you cannot go and clean someone's carpet for $89. Cannot be done. So they do count on the hidden upsell, which would be for things like maybe a dumping fee or environmental fee or whatever they call it, adding extra charge if there's any additional spotting that needs to be done, or specialty staining, like coffee, tea, or wine, which is all the things we include, of course. Or if the hallway is beyond, say, 10 feet long, such as this one, which is, I think, about 30 feet long, so they'd charge for 2 hallways. And that family room over there would be easily counted by most of these guys as a double room. So, and then one of the other tricks they do is, you get 6 stairs free. Well, then the other 6 stairs would be another $50 or whatever it is. Whereas we just up front charge exactly, or tell people exactly what we're going to charge them up front. It's by the square foot and everything included. And that's one of the ways that we have set ourselves apart from the other carpet cleaners out there, because we don't respond to the question, what do you charge, by simply giving a price. We say, well, we'll tell you first of all what exactly you're going to get with our cleaning. And in most cases, we will book the job once people realize, oh, that's what's going to be included. That's proper carpet cleaning. And by the way, proper carpet cleaning with us will always include that pre-vacuuming, and in most cases, post-vacuuming as well, to groom. And other guys don't do that. They're going to come in and spray the carpet and put the machine down and pull the trigger and drive the soil right into the backing at 500 pounds per square inch because they didn't bother to pre-vacuum. It usually takes me as long to vacuum the carpet as it does for me to actually clean the carpet, sometimes longer. So they don't do that. But they can't do that because they're marketing, or I shouldn't say marketing, they're advertising such a lowball price with the hope and the goal to get in at that lowball price and then upsell. And the name of the game is always to do so at a high volume. And of course, then the quality suffers. You simply can't do a proper carpet cleaning job by cutting corners and trying to be faster so that you can get more done on the day, because your pricing is so low, you're surviving on the basis of volume rather than quality. So we did the opposite now for, I guess 25 years, where we market our methodology. We don't advertise our price. And for low moisture carpet cleaners, I suggest that that's what you do. I mean, there's all kinds of steam cleaners out there advertising lowball pricing. Ignore that. Charge what you need to charge and include everything up front. And be known as the guy that includes everything and does the job above and beyond, and it pays off in the end. At least that's what we found. But I have been at this now consistently now, like I said, for we're 25 years now. So we've got a very well established reputation in our area. People know what we're up to, because all of our marketing, it just simply talks about what makes our system better than others. And I know that the marketing experts will tell you that you should never market method, but that's because the marketing experts are in the business of selling marketing methods, and they want to sell to everybody, so they're not going to say that you should market method because they want you to buy their marketing program. Remember years ago, what was that one? I think it was Piranha Marketing, and they were The thing was, you bought into it, and you were to advertise the best, most thorough cleaning ever, or it's free. Remember that one? Anyway, a few guys bought into it. I think one guy around here did, and did it work for him? I don't know. I never noticed. But anyway, there's always see a spot. There's always people willing to take your money with advertising, but none of them will ever guarantee you that your advertising, the advertising you spend on them is going to work. You're on your own, of course. But we've decided long ago to just be very consistent in our message, and just let people know exactly what they're going to get up front. We haven't had to worry about being at a certain price point, because quite frankly, you probably almost anybody that calls other than us is going to give a lower price, and yet we keep booking jobs. Why is that? Well, because, well, for one thing, we have only 5-star reviews, and we are providing the value that people really want. And people do realize that value isn't out the bargain basement pricing. Certainly not for this type of thing. No, not to say that we are, really expensive, but we do give we're charging for what it should be for what we're doing, and we're giving the real value, which is a proper carpet cleaning job that stays clean, and that is a greater value than a carpet cleaning job that's a little bit less money but resoils rapidly. There's no value in that at all, and that's what people are realizing. At least most of the people that call us, that's a very consistent thing that we hear from them is, I got tired of getting my carpet cleaned by these other guys. Yes, they were cheaper, but it never stayed clean. But ever since they discover us, they are repeating customers, and they're telling us, sure noticed a difference that when Oxy-Dry cleaned the carpet, it stayed clean. And they just like that obviously so much better. So in the end, it actually ends up being less expensive. The job I did this morning, which I actually did a recording of that one too, was a case in point, which is a 28-year-old carpet in overall not very good shape at all, but I mean, it took me 4 hours, I think, longer than it probably should have, but it sure turned out nice. Very badly stained, lots of stains on that carpet, and I got them all out. But I took the time, and I did it right, filled the vacuum, and that was the third or fourth time that I'd been to that job, and the guy chooses us because he gets the value that he's looking for, which isn't the cheap price, but is the end result that stays clean. And if I'm doing a better job, and I'm including more than the other carpet cleaner, I'm including sanitizing, deodorizing, dust mite eradication, anti-allergy treatment, and a protector, well, I'm certainly not going to be charging the same amount as a guy that comes and cleans the carpet and doesn't include any of that, and doesn't even clean the carpet properly in the first place, doesn't even bother pre-vacuuming, for example. And then that lowball price you thought you were going to pay suddenly doubles and even triples, because he's going to charge you for taking out the spots and stains above and beyond the price he quoted you or advertised, because he never intended to do it for that price anyway, because he knew he couldn't do that. But you had to deceive in order to get in the door. And that's really a bad reflection on this business, this industry, but unfortunately that is something that is quite common. But we have consistently, now for 25 years, been promoting the message that we're going to include everything for a proper carpet cleaning right up front, and we do market method, not price, and it works for us. Now, it certainly does help that we have a system that dries so fast. I mean, normally carpets dry in about an hour, and that sets us apart right away from everybody else anyway. So that gives us a marketing advantage that's pretty much unbeatable. And people are getting tired of getting soaking wet carpets. And the carpets that resell rapidly, which happens when we are when the carpets are left too wet for too long. That contributes to rapid reselling as well. So anyway, I was just wanting to sort of touch base on that particular subject of marketing as opposed to simply advertising. I know there's a number of carpet cleaners that do watch my videos, so that's my thoughts on it. That's what's worked for us, but we've been consistently doing this, as I said, for 25 years. Just noticed yesterday came home and there was a Velpac thing on the counter, and sure enough, there's just one carpet cleaning company in our town that's always in there. Living room, dining room, hall, $89. My wife, she says, I don't get it. She says, how come their prices never change? Well, because they've been that price for, at least 10 years. Well, because they are simply upselling off beyond that. That just gets them in the door. They don't actually charge that much money in most cases because they can't possibly do it. There's no way. But be interesting to see what happens with them in the next couple of months with all the constricting economy these days. My suspicion is that their clientele are at the price point that is more affected by the economy the way that it is right now, but we'll see. Okay, now this edge, I need to just get along that edge just a little bit. It's a little bit tricky doing that. If you can see, the pad is just sort of flexing over the edge there. I'm going to come at it from over here. I think it worked. If I have to, I'll do that by hand. Anyway, I think I'm pretty much done. I'm just going to drop down to the lower level. Kind of unusual way they did that, but anyway. Yeah, there's a wear patch right there. I'll do that with a hand tool here in a sec. And I'll have to do those little marks right there too, came off the tires. Okay, anyway. I'll do that, and then I'll do the steps. So there you go. Those are my thoughts.